use the pistol grip tool, basically the power drill that they use for so many of these tasks during spacewalks, to unbolt and remove that insulation. He'll have 8 tether points to run these wire ties through.
You guys agree with that? I thought it was 2 and 2, but it looks like it'll be the first one and then the next 3.
Hey, Scott, you're going to be the best judge of that. We're looking at your WVS camera, and so far we concur with that. You guys probably noticed that the sun came up, huh?
Yep. Beautiful.
Well, don't forget those visors if you haven't used them already. They do come in handy when that big fireball is staring at you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hey, Tracy, I'm at the feeder rail.
I was going to say welcome to the forward face.
Awesome.
You're going to truck on down the starboard side until you get to S1, handrail 3211.
Copy, 3211. Looks like my safety tether is hung up on the temp-stowed crew lock bag.
Chell, you rock. You read our mind. We were just talking about that down here. We think you're okay. Just monitor that as you translate. We're about 30 seconds from a handover, guys.
Copy. Okay.
And so now a quick satellite handover. We'll get that video communication with the space station back in several minutes, but the crew members continuing to work on their first task. Scott Kelly already running these wire ties down to secure the insulation in place before he releases the 2 bolts that will allow him to remove it. Meanwhile, Kjell Lindgren making his way out to the alpha magnetic spectrometer right now, where he's going to be installing this large blanket and a small pop tent of insulation to give the AMS a little bit of extra protection from the elements out there, and then hopefully extending its life for the next several years. The AMS already collected 71 billion calculations in the 3.5 years since it launched to the International Space Station. A fun fact, it actually launched on STS-134, which was the final flight of Shuttle Endeavour, which was commanded by NASA astronaut Mark Kelly, Scott Kelly's twin brother. The pair of them engaged in a lot of science work for Scott Kelly's year-long mission. So that AMS has been out there since May of 2011, so a little over 4.5 years now in service on board the International Space Station. 71 billion detections so far, and with many years to go, many billions more detections still to come. So the crew members still working through this first task. Again, Scott Kelly's was scheduled to take him about 2 hours for this first activity today. Meanwhile, Kjell Lindgren on his way towards the AMS should be there shortly to begin installing all of these thermal protection devices.
Hey, Tracy, and I adjusted my cooling to 8, and you guys were...
Copy, Scott, 8.
Lost us there. And goes around the edge of the bag. It doesn't look like it's going to impart any kind of a bending force on the BLT. If it slips off of the bag, it'll slip in front of the BLT and shouldn't hit it.
All right, Chell, those are some good words.
Go back to...
No need to go back, Chell. We appreciate that pause in the report.
Okay, you bet.
Chell Lundgren just making sure his tether is in a good place. The astronauts using multiple tethers just to make sure they stay attached to the International Space Station at all times.
I'm not sure where you are. I've lost video on you, but when you start to translate zenith on the CETA cart, let me know.
Copy. I'm under the port CETA cart right now.
Copy, thanks.
Looks like this long wire tie isn't quite long enough. I'll make it. No.
Copy that, Scott. Copy that, Scott. We're thinking.
Yeah. Just pull it through some more here.
Hey, Scott, don't wreck your hands on that. If you need to use 2 wire ties, go for it. And if you got to split it up into 2 and 2, that's fine with us.
Okay. Okay. You know, in the let me see if I can give you a little bit better camera view. In the pictures, the wire tie, this thing you wanted the wire tie through this like eyelet, seems like it was a little bit lower. I don't know if the you know, you'll be happy with the clearance here. I think you will, but the loops aren't going to go any higher than the handrail, but they're not, I think, packed down as much as the video and Doug and that training indicated.
Copy that, Scott. We're discussing.
Tracy, I'm on the starboard CETA cart, ready to go, Zenith.
Copy, Chell, thanks. Hey, so once you're at the top of the CETA cart and then on the next face, you know, at the top of that is your handrail for your green hook.
Copy. Is that 3211?
You got it. And as you're translating, I'll read you 2 cautions that have to do with your environment there. Avoid contact with the AMS electrical connectors and wires, and avoid contact with C2V2 antennas and Hemi reflectors. Those should be off to your left shoulder.
Copy. Hey, Trace, I think I figured out the problem, how just the wire tie was sitting. I think we're in pretty good shape now.
Okay, Scott, what I was hearing is that if you needed to go lower down on the handrail instead of through that eyelet, that might make the flaps lay a little bit lower, but we're really looking for a clearance to that bolt. That's the primary goal here.
Okay. Can you guys see this? Like back away a little bit?
Yeah, we can. We got
it all the way yet.
We got a good view, Scott, and it looks good to us.
Okay. I'm gonna pack it down all the way then.